So this week we're learning to infer. Infer means like reading between the lines. So when a writer writes a story, sometimes they don't have to tell you in the words, they can just give you clues that help you figure out what they mean. Okay, so we're going to look at an example and we're going to try and see if we can figure out how the character feels. So our example is, okay, so the example we've got is Sarah's mouth was dry and she had a big knot in her stomach. She wished today was over already. So as a reader, we can infer that it sounds like Sarah's either really worried about something or really nervous about something. The writer doesn't actually have to tell us that. Nowhere in that sentence did the writer say, Sarah is worried. Sarah feels nervous. But they didn't really have to. They left us enough clues. So the clues that they left us were that her mouth was dry. She had a big knot in her stomach and she wished today was going to be over already. Okay, so the writer left us those clues and we could figure out from there that Sarah's not feeling very good. She's feeling a little bit worried or nervous. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at some sentences together. We're going to go over some examples and see if we can look at the clues that the writers left us and figure out what they're trying to get us to understand, how the characters are feeling. Alrighty, so here we've got some sentence examples that we're going to use to practice looking for clues and infer what the writer means. So in the first sentence, Jack's new Labrador puppy, Patch, never left his side. Well, what could we infer from that? We could probably infer that Jack's new Labrador puppy really, really loves Jack. The clue that the writer has left us to tell us is that he never left his side. Because if a puppy doesn't like you, it's probably not going to stay by your side all the time. And we know that, so the writer doesn't actually have to tell us. We can just figure it out on our own. So let's try the next sentence. Jan flew into the room with a huge smile on her face. She flew into the room and she had a huge smile. How do you reckon Jan's feeling? I reckon she's feeling pretty happy. The next one. The old lady's mouth quivered as she slowly got up and left the room. Okay, I can see some action words there. We've got her mouth quivered and she slowly got up and she left the room. That certainly doesn't sound like Jan, who was happy before, so I can infer that the old lady definitely isn't happy, and I think she's feeling quite uncomfortable. And the last sentence, get me the chief of police immediately, shouted the president as he put the phone down. Well, I've got an exclamation mark here that I'm going to use as a clue. I've got shouted, and I've got the president, so it must be something really important. Also, he wants the chief of police. He doesn't just want any policeman. So I can't infer exactly what's going on, but I've got some pretty good clues that something pretty serious is going on. So if we go back to the inferences we made, what we figured out using clues, we now know these things. Jack's new Labrador puppy absolutely loves him. We know that Jan was feeling very happy about something. We know that something has made the old lady uncomfortable or uneasy. And we know that something really serious has happened to the president. Okay, so now that we've had a bit of a practice doing that together, you're going to see if you can take everything that you've learned and have a bit of a read of a journal story and see what you can infer about how the main characters feeling throughout the story and how their feelings change throughout the story using the clues that the writer leaves you.